the executive representatives of the multi-ethnic affairs and recipients, staff of multi-ethnic affairs and United Industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, Namaste, and a very good afternoon to you all. I extend my warm greetings to everyone present here tonight. A special welcome to all the official executives and the representatives of the organization that are receiving a grant from my Ministry of Multi-Ethnic Grants Program. At the outset, I'm delighted to acknowledge that this marks the second round of grant disbursement from our ministry. The first batch of this round was disbursed in the Central Division yesterday, and several community-based organizations received the grant in Suva. As you know, my ministry's vision aligns with the government's vision to spearhead multi-ethnic relations with the overarching goals of promoting social cohesion and leveraging diversity. To achieve the government's vision, the ministry has undertaken notable initiatives, including the construction of 4 guest crematoriums in the country. As you know that this is something that we initiated. So the guest crematoriums, one is going to be in Lamasa, it's currently being under construction. We are giving one to Lobo Cemetery, one to Bar, and one to Nagua in the first phase. Which means, basically, we don't want people to die, but if they die, we need to send them properly inside them. We don't want the dongle, we want properly. But the other thing is this, it's all about climate change, environment friendly, no more burning of trees. That's how the idea to set up a guest crematorium. And of course, then the second phase is that going to be another 2 units, one to Lautoka and one to South South. And this is over a cost of $1 million to the government. But as I said, these are something that my initiative as a minister. Otherwise, an ordinary person, and what's going to happen, if a person privately sets up a crematorium, they charge you 1,000, 2,000. But when you're going to get these guest chambers, or guest machines, then the community has to charge a reasonable fee so that people can afford to go there. And of course, do the collection. So that's one of the conditions we are giving this. We don't want people to abuse and charge extra. The number 2 is the Charan Ghats. As you know, we need to have ghats where we can put ashes. So we are also building some places in Fiji so that people are not being disturbed when they can throw the ashes into these places. And of course, as I said, one of the important things that we also be doing is, we are this Gilbert celebration that we did, the Gilbert records. The government is spending almost 1.5 million to digitize the Gilbert records, which means your grandchildren can go and punch into the system once and they can get a good record from where the ancestors has come from in India, from India. Where the history is going to be there. It's going to be permanent history in this country. You can sit in your own computer in your house and find out where the Ram Charan come from, where the Ram Charan come from, and where the Charan Jeath come from, and who are the ancestors and from where. So these are something that we want to put a history permanently. Whether I'm going to be there tomorrow or not, you're going to be there tomorrow, but somebody is going to be there, or generations that can just on a punch of a button take the history. And of course, as I say that this is not the end of our projects. We'd like to set up a Gilbert museum here in Lautoka. Behind the Gilbert Center, there's a big piece of land. So our ministry's the next project is to set up a Gilbert center, a Gilbert museum, just like if anybody knows in Panchayat, see Mauritius has a Gilbert museum in Mauritius. We are the first person who was the dignitary who landed, उसके गोड़ के निशान है वहाँ पे, on the wharf. Of course, we don't know who is the first dignitary until this reports comes out. But definitely what we're going to do is, they call it Parvasi Ghat in Mauritius. So we will build a museum here with all the artifacts, all the history, everything, so that whoever comes to Lautoka, they can visit. And we try to get all these people from throughout the Fiji, whoever have their artifacts or anything that they can donate to the museum, so that it becomes a history for future generations to see. And as I said, that increasing the outreach through the community engagements of these programs of what we are currently trying to do. So in the rolling out of the grant program, where already 1.2 million was distributed in the first round, in the second round we distributed about 228,000, of which the largest chunk of 115,000 go to the organization in the West. So you're lucky. The largest chunk of the second round is here. So at least thank you, Director, for allocating the money here. And of course, as I said, overall, the Ministry's grant is of a total of 1.4 million in this current year. But we also asked for more money in the next budget. And the Deputy Prime Minister, Professor Diman, Minister of Finance, has assured me that there will be more money coming in the next year's budget as well. So those people who have missed out, don't be worried. If you have related applications, put in your application again, we will definitely consider. But they manage it. Anyway, as you may have heard, the Ministry achieved a successful Greenwich commemoration in Jakarta on the 10th and 12th. Last year it was here, but this year it was in Surabaya Park. The highlight of the event was presentation of awards to the senior descendants of the British from Northern Division in recognition of their immense contribution to the country. This meaningful gesture by the coalition government served a powerful acknowledgement of the hard work, sacrifices, and lifelong commitment to the country. The grant program, much like the Greenwich commemoration event, has been a resounding success. We have received positive feedbacks from the communities across the country. The program has provided support to a diverse range of groups, including crematoriums, communities, child groups, educational institutions, manglis, temples, and village communities. Today, as part of the program, in the Western Division, we provide grants to 15 community-based organizations, including churches, institutions, manglis, temples, and villages. The projects that have been supported, including borehole projects, purchase of equipments, fencing, planning and development, purchase of musical instruments, renovation works, shade materials, and solar projects. Based on the feedback we have received from the recipients across Fiji, the multi-ethnic grant program is significantly supported community-based organizations, enhancing service delivery, empowering their local communities. Our assistance has also enabled these organizations to bring people together to work collectively towards shared goals that directly benefit their communities. In doing so, the program is actively fostering social cohesion, one of the core objectives of the Ministry's grant initiatives. This demonstrates that the Ministry, under the leadership of the coalition government, is making a positive impact at the grassroots level. Given the success of the grant program and the demands of our communities, we have submitted our request for more funding of the grant program in the next budget. From our recent discussion with the Ministry of Finance, I'm confident that the government will allocate more funding for our grant program, so we could assist more communities in the next financial year. It is not possible to award grants to every applicant. Some may have missed out this time due to issues in the applications of being either incomplete or did not send the deadline time. I encourage these applicants to reapply the next now, which is expected to open in August, in line with the government's commencement of the new government financial year after the budget. As a Minister of Multi-Ethnic, I wish to reaffirm the Minister's grant program was conducted through a fully transparent process. There is no hand of me giving any grant personally. It was a pure committee that I agreed to. So as I said, I wish to reaffirm that the Minister's program was conducted fully and transparent. Only applications that met the criteria outlined in the Minister's grant code were approved. Each submission was assessed fairly, and this is an equal consideration. On this note, I take the opportunity to congratulate all the grant recipients. It is a momentous day for me and my ministry staff. However, as a Minister for Multi-Ethnic, I must emphasize that my ministry will continue to monitor each project under the grant program. There needs to be an accountability, these are public funds that should be utilized for the intended purpose. In closing, on behalf of the coalition government and the Prime Minister of Fiji, Honorable Lautoka, I wish you all the best. I hope you will cooperate with my ministry and utilize the grants well. I wish to reaffirm the coalition government's unwavering commitment to inclusive development where everyone has a chance to live peacefully and in harmony. With continued collaboration between the government and the grassroots communities, we are laying the foundation for a stronger, fairer and more united Fiji. Thank you very much, and have a